water out of the line.
Get the water out of the line.
All prepped and ready, putting on the Orca. Second
So what are you doing?
Right now I'm just cleaning the water out of the line of the tank, because every time we're done spraying, we take and rinse it out with water. And a good thing to do is when you're done at the end of the day, put a little bit of baking soda and some lemon pine sol through it, run it through just till it starts to turn a little bit yellow. Rinse that out with some water, and every day you come in, it'll spray perfect. The good part about the Orca is it's very forgiving in life. It isn't forgiving if you leave it in the tank overnight. You'll never use that tank again because it does seal and lock hard.
Is it a fair speculation to say that it's more forgiving than your wife?
No, that's not a fair speculation.
Okay.
She still forgives me for things I do wrong. But the good part about this is once we start spraying and we're ready now here to spray, this whole driveway we're getting ready to do, which is 1,670 square feet, is going to take about a half of a unit. So it's going to take 6 gallons of Orca cut in half, and so I've got basically 12 gallons in here. By cutting it in half, you're getting double the exposure, so you go half water, half Orca. And I'm going to get a cover a total of about 1,600 square feet.
Off half a kit.
Off of half a kit.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. And,
that's amazing. So this is way more economical than any two parts on the market. I mean, two parts, but also single parts like you used to use. I mean,
well, a single part right now I'd be putting a 5-gallon bucket of the previous product we used to use to just do the first coat. Then I'd come back with another half, and then I would have to do a second coat of a seal of chemical that we use to seal and lock in the sand.
Just say green bucket and white bucket. They'll know.
Versus a green bucket that we used to use and a white bucket. Here's the problem. By doing that step and process, for the first rain, I'm getting people that call me up and say that product is leaving a white milky residue around their pool, all that stuff. It does go away. The good part about Orca is when I leave it, 30 minutes, 45 minutes after I'm done, it looks as glossy as when I leave it as it does a year from now. So it has been unbelievable. I wouldn't change any other product. I'm using this. Greg has tried to get me to try this and try that. Guys, I'm so happy with this Orca that I don't want to try any other product because I know that how it sprays on, it's forgiving in the aspect of if you spray a little too much on one spot, it still flows and gets to the other spots. So you're not having any polarization up, you're not having any problems with it not coming out the way you need to. So far, since we've been using this, I've had 6 different customers post this up on Nextdoor, which is an app site that tells you what a great job a company did for you. I never had that with the other product. So I can say for sure that just with that publication alone, it has revolutionized what I do in sealing.
So you've got a lot more customer satisfaction, a lot more jobs.
Oh, I'm getting more jobs from repeat and referral
yeah.
from these customers that are actually posting it from nobody I've ever even met.
Yeah.
Today alone, I had 3 from a job that we did on last Wednesday. I've had 3 bids that I went to do today. They didn't even question. They just said, hey, our neighbors liked it so well that we're just going to have you do the job. They didn't question my bid. They didn't say, what are you going to do or how are you going to do it? They just said, I want it to look like theirs. And if you can do that, please do mine. So they're very easy closes. It's unlike you get them from a magazine ad. I close most of those. But the difference is now you've got a product visitation to show them a job that was completed. And then they're able to walk over, look at it and say, yeah, please make mine look like that. And it's so easy with this Orca. It makes it such a...
You know, when I met you guys back in, gosh, I guess it was 14, 13. I know John was just pressure washing, and he was, I think that first year he grossed about $80,000 the whole entire year. How does that compare with what you've done now that you've been sealing and stripping?
Well, we're on pace this year to do 4 times that, and that's net. Okay, so 4 times that net, meaning if you did $80,000 for that year of 14, you know, we're going to do $320,000 this year.
Yeah.
There's a chance we'll push the 400 marker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a night and day difference.
So these guys, what would you say to guys that are out there that are just pressure washing right now and they're not sealing?
You need to start learning how to seal.
Yeah.
Because one, you get a pressure wash the job. Here's the lead up. I've done a couple houses where I went and pressure washed the job, and then when I was done pressure washing, I told the people, I says, now, see how it looks right now? Do you want it to look better than this right now, the way it looks? Let me seal it. And then I lead them into sealing it. And I can tell you, out of all the jobs that I've pressure washed, that I've went back in and talked to them about sealing it, I've not gotten one. I've gotten every job other than one.
It's
and
amazing.
Just because the people were looking at, it's just too expensive. But everybody else was like, yeah, I want it to look like this all the time.
Yeah.
Well, when I was done with those jobs, it didn't look like that. It looked better.
Right.
So they were just so impressed, and that's how I'm getting leads and referrals.
So you would say the Orca is less to put down price-wise.
Yes.
And it is getting you a lot more business.
At least triple the business, just because of the quality of the job after.
Yeah.
And what I keep telling you guys about it being forgiving is, while you're spraying and applying it, you're able to cover more area at an evener, you know, it comes out more even than you can do when you're doing it with the other product, because other product sticks in certain areas and doesn't in others.
Right.
Where the Orca, you can let it flow, and even though you put a little too much on one brick, it's going into all the other bricks the proper way.
Right.
So
right.
It is so much more forgiving. It takes a person that's not a good applicator and makes them a great applicator, because it does forgive you so much.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the most perfect artist and stuff like that. It helps, but when you're done laying this down, you look like you are a perfect artist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very forgiving. And, you know, a lot of that comes from being in business in Florida for 30 years.
Right.
30 years of making coatings and knowing the environment. But if it's good in Florida, it's great anywhere else in the country.
Absolutely. And this is funny, because I had just had my friend, he installs pavers in Colorado. Colorado don't get the weather like we get out here in Florida. But I sent him some pictures of driveways that I've done. He has already asked me to send him at least 2 buckets so he can spray it on himself and upcharge his customers in Colorado, so they can see that glossy, beautiful paver look once he's done.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy how fast it spreads.
Yeah, it goes
when
nuts.
Looks the way it looks.
Well, let's get down to business.
All right, let's get it.
All right. They were making fun of you last time I did a video because you had the little spray rig. So this time we're gonna. By the way, guys, this is a really cool idea. This paver sealing with your name on it. I don't know if you can see this, but they put the phone number right on the tape. I'm probably going to do some with our brands and be able to show you that, so you can advertise your name and our brand on it, and maybe your name too. So this is the tank that he uses, and these are going to be beautiful. This is just a beautiful paver. What you say, Curtis?
I love it, man.
Loving it.
Loving it.
Loving it. Guys, seal wet. You can put this stuff down wet. It does not have to be dry. Wait till you see this Orca. This Orca is the shindizzle, baby. Holy mackerel. Look at that. I know I get really excited, but I've been around other 2-parts and you don't see this. You know, you just don't see this. Look at that fine mist he's getting out of that tip, guys. That is just an incredible mist. So this is the first coat that they put down. Now we're at 48% solids here.
Here's the great part, guys. You seen how fast that I did that? Once you get the right equipment and have everything the right way, that's how easy it is. I'll come back in about 30 minutes after I'm done doing the rest of the driveway. I will complete the rest of the driveway in less than 30 minutes, and I'll re-hit it. And what's the cool part about it is, by doing a flood coat first, is it already shows and reveals bricks that didn't accept it or accepted it faster. When I come back over to do my next coat, I'm dusting over top of those, and then it will grab it just like these did, because those didn't need sealed as hard. So it's really easy. Like I said, it's very forgiving. It's very easy to follow behind.
Yes, and it's 48% solids. If you check our competition, they are not 48% solids. This is how we're able to get a much higher yield out of the bucket. If you want to talk about the price, yes, it is a little bit more expensive. Not much, but we're yielding.
For coverage it's less.
Yeah, the coverage is less, so that's what you got to keep in mind. Don't get sticker shocked on the price of the bucket. Now, we do have half kits. We call them Orcas on the half shell, and those products are they're pretty much designed to put out 1,000. It's 1,000 square foot kit, is what we call it. So if you got 1,000 square foot driveway, 1,000 square foot. It's more economical to buy it in the larger kit, and then just keep track of how you mix it. You know, it's pretty easy to do that, but good Lord, look at this finish that we're getting on this bad boy. This is just absolutely amazing finish. We're going to post some pictures of this when it's all done, And we're going to show you. We've got the truck over there, our new trucks that we have. These are awesome. They're like mail trucks. I highly recommend them. If you guys can find them, snag them. They're all aluminum. They're awesome. But anyway, I'm going to switch over to one of the other sites here real quick, but I will post some more pictures before and after, and we will also do the slow motion video. Anything else you'd like to say, Steve, about the product? Or
No, dude, I can tell you that it changed my mind. I almost wasn't going to be a full-time applicator because of all the trials and tribulations I had with the other product. It just was hard to lay down because you get one spot, the next day the people say, wow, you missed a spot. I've not had that happen with this. So that alone by itself, the follow-up, the after
less
coverage,
trips back.
Less trips back. When we're leaving the job site, what it looks like, look at the porch already up there that it's almost sealed out. It's just, it's amazing, guys. So easy to put on, so forgiving. As I said, you don't have to be a professional painter to get this stuff laid down right. You just got to have a good steady hand and put it on. First coat, nice flood coat. Have the right equipment, because trust me, when you have the wrong equipment, you could be here all day doing this.
Slows you down a little.
Before we started doing the way we do it now, this driveway would have taken me a half a day to spray. I can get this driveway done, like I said, in 30 minutes, as long as I can keep Greg from filming me here. But anyways, guys, it's unbelievable. You gotta
Okay.
start using it.
Awesome, man. Thank you,
All right.
Steve.
You're welcome.